one of the challenges for the budget is that paradox at the heart of the budget with this windfall of resources, exports, iron ore particularly. Biggest customer is China. And then at the same time, you've got this parallel sort of track happening in Australian debate at the moment with the geopolitical tensions. It is a fundamental contradiction, isn't it, right now, in terms of what's propping up the budget bottom line.
And the budget says we've got $107 billion extra over 4 years in tax receipts, which they take and then pretty much spend, by the way. Partly because of iron ore prices, also because extra jobs growth, but that they've fuelled the company tax take and everything of that nature. So it was interesting to see the PM's answer here. I think Dennis Shanahan wrote last week in The Australian that the pitch for the government would be about economic security, health security, lots of that in question time and lots of that today from the PM, and national security. Now, when Kieran asks him this question, he's not as diplomatic as he has been. He does say, well, he mentioned something, some sort of threat there. You know, he doesn't mind the fact that Australia's seen to be standing up to China, and I think that's a political decision to be talking about that.
There's a paradox at the heart of the budget, though, isn't there? Because you've got this huge windfall from iron ore. China continues to hoover up our resources and is our best customer, yet we've got this tension, this geopolitical tension on the other side of things. Can you cool that down? Well, is that possible?
You're right to highlight that COVID is not the only challenge Australia faces. Not only that, natural disasters, and in this budget, as you know, there's a very big plan to support Australians deal with natural disasters and climate change and things like this. But importantly, we're living in a very uncertain region, and that's why we're investing in our intelligence, in our security, in our cyber security, in our defences and all of these things.
What about diplomacy?
Well, we've invested heavily in that as well, and we will continue to be Australians, stand up for what we believe in, counter any sort of threats that might arise in our region. But what is our goal? Peace. What is our goal? Trade. What is our goal? Prosperity for our region and sovereignty for every single country that exists within our region. And at the end of the day, we'll always stand up for a liberal democratic principle. We'll always stand up for a world order that favours freedom.
Slight khaki flavour to this next election, maybe. The uncertain region got a few mentions there to you, Kieran.
Yeah, it did indeed. And, well, if it's an uncertain region, it's an uncertain basis upon which this budget is and that bottom line has been propped up. And
that is why I actually wonder if, it looks like they've underestimated the iron ore price at 55 going forward, when it's 230 a tonne. Is that because there's an there you have it there. Is there an anticipation there that tensions with China will affect that? I'll tell you what, if it did, it would be an economic disaster for the country, frankly.